In today's video, we're going to check out the top 5 best budget smartphones in 2019. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about these smartphones, you can check out the description below. If you'd like to win one of these products, make sure you watch the whole video, click the like button, and comment the hidden word found in this video. At number 5, it's the Honor Play. Mobile gaming has never been more popular than today. With PUBG and Fortnite Mobile being some favourites, the smartphone industry has refined its products to better suit gameplay. Honor Play is one of those. It offers great performance, an attractive screen and solid battery life, among others, while keeping a budget price tag. Design-wise, the Honor Play has chosen a more discreet path, wandering far from the traditional gaming looks, and has provided a more subtle, down-to-earth design. It has a nice body that's built with metal and looks sleek, but a little outdated on the rear. There you can also find the fingerprint scanner and the dual cameras. The front looks pretty good actually, with a nearly edge-to-edge screen with just 2 thin bands on the top and bottom. The top houses the speaker and front camera, and the bottom bezel features the Honor logo. Generally speaking, the Honor Play looks and feels quite nice and has a nice build quality. It comes in midnight black or navy blue colours, which are both attractive. It's not the most compact of smartphones due to its screen, which is huge at 6.3 inches. It features a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio and is comfortable to use with one hand due to its one-handed software. Despite being a budget gaming phone, the Honor Play provides great visual experiences thanks to its extended Full HD Plus IPS LCD that's very vibrant and sharp. It's also bright enough to use it comfortably outdoors, along with Corning Gorilla Glass that protects it from crashes and slight falls, making it pretty durable and outdoorsy, quite surprising for a phone. In the performance department, the Honor Play packs a Kirin 970 CPU, which is a flagship-grade CPU with high performance, with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, upgradable to 256 via an SD card. With these specs, the Honor Play doesn't disappoint in gaming performance, running games smoothly and performing accordingly in synthetic benchmark tests. All this is done thanks to its GPU turbo that Honor has upgraded and tweaked some of its technical bits. One of the best budget smartphones in the gaming category. At number 4, it's the Chiami Mi A2. The Chiami Mi A2 is another amazing option from the Chinese manufacturer Chiami. It's right in the middle of the budget range and provides decent levels all round and is a very refreshing package. Just when the budget market needed a breath of fresh air, Chiami has delivered again. They're still sticking to their no more than 5% profit policy. The fan base is growing stronger every day. In terms of design, the Chiami Mi A2 looks like a very generic budget Android smartphone. Everything is functional and there are no flashy bits. The rear has a matte aluminium build which surprisingly doesn't feel cheap and actually feels good. There's also the fingerprint scanner located just in the middle of the top part that's just right. On the top left is the vertically aligned dual camera array. The device feels substantial at hand and has a decent quality in its exterior parts. It has a large 5.99-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD panel which has an aspect ratio of 18:9 and a resolution of 2160 by 1080, which provides pretty crisp details and good colours. It's a very solid screen for this price range. Unfortunately, it doesn't get very bright, which may prove to be a problem for the more outdoorsy types. But generally speaking, the quality of this screen is pretty good. Colours don't pop like an OLED screen, but they are pretty accurate and vivid enough, and the amount of sharpness is great, providing a crisp image. In the performance department, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 CPU that's definitely out of its price range, with a decent 4GB or 6GB of RAM and 64GB of integrated storage that can be upgraded if needed. I have tried this phone in various scenarios and have seen that it provides an amazing performance that's pretty quick and responsive. You can play most of the game smoothly, and in day-to-day productivity, it doesn't lag at all. The 12MP and 20MP dual camera provide amazing pictures and videos with HDR capabilities. The battery is pretty good and should last about 2 days at moderate use. All of these features make this phone a great all-rounder for a budget price. At number 3, it's the Motorola Moto G7 Power. We've seen that Motorola has been in some kind of revival in recent years. It's produced a good lineup of phones, and the most prominent of them is the G7 series. Its all-round decent performance and price have been attractive for the budget consumer. The Motorola Moto G7 Power is one of those phones, but it offers battery life and durability that no other phone can offer in that price range or higher. To give it that edge-to-edge feel and design, it's gone with the notch design, rather than a teardrop like the original G7, but the bezels on top and bottom are slightly thicker. In fact, the phone is a little thicker and heavier than the original G7 thanks to its huge battery. It's 9.3mm thick and weighs 198 grams. On the rear, you'll find the mirror-like finished marine blue body that houses the Motorola logo that also acts as a fingerprint scanner and the 12-megapixel camera. The phone also has a P2i nano-coating water repellent which works rather well. The smartphone has a 6.2-inch IPS LCD screen with a 1520 by 720 resolution, and this means the screen has 271.2 pixels per inch with an uncommon aspect ratio of 19:9. The IPS LCD screen and the lower resolution means that the battery will last longer, however that also translates to a loss of sharpness. Fortunately, the screen provides amazing colours. It manages to reproduce 123% of the sRGB colour gamut, which is pretty impressive for its price, and can produce 558 nits on max brightness. Packed with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 632 CPU with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of integrated memory that can be upgraded to 512GB with a micro SD. With that solid spec sheet, it performs very well in everyday scenarios. However, it won't run the most demanding games very smoothly, but other than that, the experience will be seamless. The battery life is the best that you can find anywhere, packing a 5000 mAh battery that'll last more than 15 hours with continuous use. If you want the longest lasting phone with a decent performance, the G7 Power is the choice. At number 2, it's the Samsung Galaxy A9. In this budget smartphone list, we have a phone from Samsung that has 4 rear cameras, and it was the first phone to do so. Samsung has stated that this phone is optimized for Instagram, meaning that it's designed for the social media purposes mostly, but it's also packing a great screen with remarkable performance specs and a decent battery to top it off. When you first look at this phone, it's easy to assume that it's a premium smartphone. With its beautiful looks and amazingly designed metal chassis with a glass front and rear, Samsung has not compromised in the looks department. It's a slightly bigger screen thanks to its 6.3-inch screen, but it's super light for such a large device at just 183 grams. The glass back houses the fingerprint scanner and the vertically aligned quadruple camera array, but the glass back tends to pick up dust and fingerprints quite easily. The camera array does as well, so it's handy to keep a microfiber cloth for cleaning. It comes with the aforementioned 6.3-inch Super AMOLED Full HD Plus panel with 2220 by 1080 resolution. For its price, the image on the screen is sharp and impressive, but don't expect the QHD panel quality that's apparent on the higher-end Samsung phones. On the top and the bottom, it has some thin bezels steering away from the notch or teardrop design that other edge-to-edge phones use. Overall, the screen is pretty impressive, with a great amount of colours and brightness. This model houses a lineup of 4 rear cameras, the 24-megapixel primary camera, the 8-megapixel camera with a 120-degree wide-angle lens, the 5-megapixel depth-sensing camera, and the 10-megapixel telephoto lens, and on the front, there's the 24-megapixel selfie camera. All of the cameras provide amazing pictures and will please the social media users and photography enthusiasts. In the performance department, the Galaxy A9 has an octa-core Exynos 7885 chipset and 6GB of RAM that provides ample power for every day-to-day task, and it's even good for gaming. When we take everything into consideration, it's not surprising to see why the Samsung Galaxy A9 is a serious option for budget buyers. And at number 1, it's the Chiami Redmi Note 7. The Chiami Redmi Note 7 is the best budget smartphone on our list due to its remarkable performance and battery life. Besides those, it packs an amazing rear dual camera array that houses the whopping 48-megapixel as the main camera, and it has most of the features that the flagship phones have, but everything at a budget price. It has a flat front that sits on the glossy plastic chassis, delivering a good-looking and durable phone in general. It's rather large due to its 6.3-inch screen with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It achieves the near edge-to-edge look with a teardrop notch that houses the front camera. The plastic body provides a solid housing for the phone and feels sturdy in general, something we don't see often in a budget phone, but unfortunately, it's not IP rated. It houses a 6.3-inch IPS panel with a resolution of 2340 by 1080, and this puts it in the same class as the high-end flagship phones in terms of sharpness. It lacks only the ample punch and pop of an AMOLED screen technology, so the colours are not as warm and the brightness is unremarkable, but other than that, the viewing experience is excellent with plenty of details. The Chiami Redmi Note 7 is armed with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 CPU with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of integrated storage, so you'll never feel underpowered with this phone in your hands. Everything is optimized to work as smoothly and efficiently as possible. Split-screen multitasking and picture-in-picture video will work flawlessly and won't overheat your phone. You won't notice any lag or stutter in any given situation. You can even play high-end games at lower settings with good frame rates. The phone's dual rear camera works perfectly, providing good images with great sharpness thanks to its 48-megapixel lens and vibrant colors. It only lacks some high-end features such as the optical image stabilization and the laser autofocus. With a powerful 4000 mAh battery, it comes second only to the Moto G7 Power. When you look at everything that this phone offers you, you can easily mistake it for a high-end phone. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you found it helpful, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.